Charlie Lockhart. Lockhart up against Taylor Young. Couple of S10s getting ready to do battle. Taylor Young, the Bad Man Racing. The Bad Man Racing S10 over there on the creek side. Charlie Lockhart, the 591 Dallin, he is on the tower side. No double entries, no buybacks. $7,000 to win. 6 rounds to go. Red light for Taylor Young. Going to do her in right away. Charlie Lockhart moves on to the round of 32. Phil Combs and Dustin Rose, your next pair up. A little bit ago. Phil Combs way up in the air on the start, and he is your winner. 584-114 gets Rose at the top end. Mike McKinney, La Vega on the tower side up against the creek side occupant. That is Tim Bauman. Wheel standing 64 Plymouth Fury. Bauman turns it red, clears him about 80 feet out. Kinney 647 on the 46 will continue on. Carl Geib, Jamie Green, your next pair up. Green 658 dialing, creekside of the racetrack in the Buick. Carl Geib down to 614. Robert Hutter and Gary Ball, your next pair up. Hutter, tower side of the racetrack in the Camaro. Gary Ball rolling a 647 Dallin and the Mercury Capri. This again is the legendary 64 Shootout. Big time advantage going to go to Mr. Ball, and he'll be your winner, as Hutter was a tad late. The man from Texas, Ryan Cleghorn, up against Randy Bowerman. Guy wanted to come to Loose Rocker race so bad he towed all the way from Texas to do it. Cleghorn, 647, 656 for Bowerman. Big time advantage And the win light going to go to Bowerman. Boy, he left some room for Cleghorn, but Cleghorn's light was just a tad too late to take advantage. Dean Carnes and Caleb Ellison, the Candy Crush Toyota pickup. Going to get chased by Ellison in the Vega wagon. Going to be your winner, folks. I think Disco Dean actually forgot he wasn't going off the top bulb. Love the man to death, but I think that's actually what happened. I bet you he let go of the button, and as his thumb is cutting off the button, his brain's going, no! Dan Brewer and Steve Stites, your next pair up. Brewer dialed 737 to the 6 flat for Stites. And to the top end they go. Win is going to go to Stites. 6-down margin of victory at the top end over Dan Brewer. Ellis Booth and Brian Sorority, your next pair up. Ellis in the Nova. Tell you what, Sorority might have found his groove. He is your winner over Booth, who just couldn't quite get there. Now Lucas Walker and Caleb Ellison. Walker and Ellison, advantage to Walker. Win light to Walker, 569, 112 miles an hour. Next pair up, Stacy Jarrell, taking both entries into the money rounds. Up against Justin Logan. And we're going to go to Stacy Jarrell, red light for Justin. Stacy roll around for round next. Pat Thomas, beautiful 68 Charger. Thing looks nice. Looks like he can get out and take it down to a cruise night right now. Now it's 682 up against John Gregory. Gregory a 603 in the low-flying Mustang. Whole lot of Ford motor under that hood. .004. The better light for the man from Elyria, Ohio. Win light going to go to John Gregory. Ray Salyers and Joe Barney, your next pair up. Top end they go. Almost identical reaction times. Win this time, though, going to go to Joe Barney. 48 on his 46. The breakout loss for Ray Salyers. Now Matt Peters and Hoyt Johnson. Peters and the Cavalier rolling up here in the Tower side lane. Creekside lane, Hoyt Johnson. 6:36 on the dial-in boards. At the starting line of Collier, trying to reel him in, ain't going to get there. Win is going to go. Hoyt Johnson, he's 18 dead 1. Once again, our lights are on. Make sure yours are. Steve Stockton 008 is your winner. Russ Benish and Damian Hazelton, your next pair up. Benish turns it red. Win is going to go to Hazelton. He's dead 1.
Drop down the menu, class. No, back here, back to where the class is. Right there. Drop that menu down. Super 64. Click on that, and then click on database.
Big wheel was up the lead for Borden, but the better reaction time going to go to Sanders. And a win going to go to Sanders. His 4 off beats the 2 off by virtue of the better reaction time. Close it up pretty nice. 1 thou at the finish line. Beavers, 7-11 the dial into the 5.98 for Paul. Oh, it goes red. The young man, fresh out of juniors. 7-10 on the 7-11 roll on. 1/8 out of the margin this time. Carson Griffith trying to reel in that ram. He gets it done. Dead 7. And the win light over Bill McCarty. Now Jeff Stewart. Hefe down to 7:17. The big 4-door Oldsmobile. Has not changed much in appearance as long as I've known the guy. He's up against Randy Biddle Jr., one of the cleanest Malibus you are ever going to see if you take a good close-up look at it. 0.06 the margin this time. Good close race. Stewart and Biddle, it's going to be Jeff Stewart. 22 dead 6. Going to take out the 652 with a 4, Randy Biddle. On the 650 margin, a little over 100. Next up, Steve Collier and Jaden Durst. Collier 657 for the Camaro Roadster. 708 for Durst. The extended cab S10 pickup truck. Gotta have a place to put your tools, you know. Neither guy exactly sharp, but somebody's going to win it. That's somebody going to be Jaden Durst. Double breakout W going to go to his side of the racetrack on the creek side. Now Mike O'Rourke and Stephen Collier. Now is this Steve or Stephen? Stephen Collier, because we just saw Steve Collier. Now we see Stephen Collier. I'll figure. Mike O'Rourke Jr. Both bumping in. And the red light for O'Rourke. Collier 646 on the 45. Rolls into round number 2. Now Doug Thompson and Erica Barney. Thompson 789 the dial in. Barney a 643. Erica Barney going to take out Thompson. He was 004 but could not run the number. Got ran down at the top end. 16th out margin in the win for Erica Barney. Mike Collier and Sean Pitts next up. Pitts in the Camaro 756. Collier, another guy who went deep, doubled up deep pretty well. 6 at 47. Collier, 003. And the win light, his side of the racetrack. Mike O'Rourke Sr. and Matt Ball, your next pair. Matt goes red. O'Rourke is going to be your winner. Now Donnie Bender and Lee Newmeyer. Battle of the primered vehicles. Bender turns it red. Going to give Newmeyer the chance to come back. Maniac a 658 Hastings. It's the nasty one against the Maniac. Sounds like a wrestling match. Vince McMahon should be announcing this. We're going to go to the Maniac. Nick Hastings going a little bit red. Ninth out of the margin at the starting line. Jason Ford trying to reel in Bauman. He gets the job done. Dead on with a 0, the way you got to do it if you give up a little at the starting line. We're going to go to Jason Ford, Ryan Butler, and Mark Childers. Do believe we're down to the last few pair. We're going to go to Johannes. Got in as an alternate. That's the stuff that legends are made of. You get in as an alternate. That's how you become legendary. Jason Clater and Brian Hendrickson. Hendrickson in the Demon, deep. He's going to be your winner as Clater, 7th out too soon. Your final pair includes your winner from the Summit Racing Equipment Fat 5K warm-up. Back for an encore. Here comes Doug Kaplinger, Marty McKinney. Well, advantage this time. Going to go to the Firebird. McKinney trying to reel it in, top end. Gets it done. And Kaplinger can park it and enjoy the fruits of his labors. Jamie Green in the Buick on the creek side of the racetrack up against Charlie Lockhart. First run of round number 2 of the legendary 64 shootout. Both racers in and set. Lockhart doing the chasing. He's going to have a bunch of chasing to do. Jamie Green out in front, and the win light. His dead 8 is going to be your winner. Lockhart tried to drop him off. Next up, Caleb Ellison. Ellison down 622. Rolling up in the Vega Canback wagon. Lucas Walker, a 564. This time going to go to Ellison in the Vega. He is your winner. 15 dead 2. He takes the win. Walker again trying to drop him off, but Ellison had other plans. Now Mike McKinney. The Vega with a 646 dial-in. Tower side of the racetrack. Creekside, Gary Ball. 647. Almost heads up. The naked eye could not see the 100th difference. And it won't matter as Mike McKinney goes 004, wrong side of the ledger. Gary Ball going to be your winner. He goes to round 3. Kyle Beavers, 710 the dial in for the young man in the big olds. 615 the dial in for Steve Stockton. Another low-flying Vega. You don't see too many Vegas left in stock condition. Most of them are on drag strips with big V8 motors stuffed in them. Seventh hour advantage. Going to the Vega, trying to reel him in. Top end, can't get it done. Goes too quick. Beavers dead on with a 5 in the wind light, his side of the racetrack. Breakout by just over 0.02 of a second for Stockton. Next up, Brian Sorority and Phil Combs. Double 01 red light for Sorority. Combs going to reel it on down. 583 on the 82. Now Stacy Gerald back up against Jason Ford. Gerald, 626 on the window. Going to be chasing after Ford, 652. Big time advantage. Going to go to the Vega. Way out in front and the wind light. Shining on the creek side for Jason Ford. Mike O'Rourke, the senior version, up against John Gregory. Red light for Gregory. Michael O'Rourke going to be your winner. 596 on the 6 flat. Couple of young men driving S10s. That is going to be Jaden Durst. 707 at Island for Jaden. The longer version of the S10. Against Carson Griffith, out 639. Griffith might have him already. Gets it done. 639 on the 639. He's dead one. Jaden Durst breaks out trying to get ahead of him. Still behind by 12 thou. Marty McKinney and Randy Bowerman. Thousandths the margin at the starting line. Bowerman and McKinney. The win is going to go to Bowerman. He's dead on with a 7. 5 thousandths margin at the top end, and the win light shining on the tower side. Now Steve Stites from Mississippi up against Jeff Stewart from West Virginia. Identical reaction times. Both of them 009 with a 3. On the reaction time, win is going to go to Stites. His dead on with a 9. Beats the 9th thou breakout of Jeff Stewart. And Brian Hendrickson going red. Lee Niemeyer going to be your winner. Maniac Mike Willie and Hoyt Johnson, your next pair out. The 658 dial-in. He's rolling up the tower side in the S10. Hoyt Johnson, the Mustang, out of 636 on the creek side. And the Maniac goes red. Hoyt Johnson going to be your winner. Johnson 637 on his 36. He was red, but did it second. Brad Johannes and Joe Barney, your next pair up. Barney with a 647 dial into the 671 for Johannes. Advantage going to go to the creek side of the racetrack. Wind light going to go there just as well. Barney going to be going on to round number 3. Damian Hazelton and Erica Barney. Out of the margin at the starting line. Hazelton can't get it done. Win is going to go to Erica Barney. Good point. Stephen Collier. Mike Collier and Stephen Collier, your next pair. How about a heads-up race by two guys with the last name of Collier in S10s? Two-foul margin at the starting line. Collier versus Collier. Top end win going to go to Collier. Stephen Collier gets the win. 10-foul margin at the top end. You knew a guy named Collier in the S10 was going to win it? Dialed a 647. Other than that, it was anybody's game. James Sanders and Ryan Butler. Believe this to be the last pair in round number 2. We'll then go into round number 3 here in just moments of the legendary 64 shootout. Going to be down to 16 as of the end of this round. So Sanders and Butler trying to be the last of those 16. Nine foul the margin, and the win light going to James Sanders on a double breakout. He's 2 thou under, Butler's 8 thou under. Round of 16. Get ready to come at you. Caleb Ellison and Jamie Green, your first pair up. Ellison got a 622 painted on the window. 658 for green. How about a 008? Top end, can he hold on to it? No, he can't. He breaks out. Caleb Ellison, your winner. Next pair up, Jason Ford and Gary Ball. 652 to a 645 dial in. Advantage going to go to the Vega. Top end, the wind light going to go to the Vega. He'll move on to the quarterfinals. Double 08 to an 11. Good side-by-side race. Top end, the win is going to go by virtue of the breakout to Steve Stites. Double breakout W. Stites will come back for the round of 8. Red light for Beavers. Bill Combs. How about 005 for Combs? 582 on the 82, a little 11 pack. Because he drank one. Bill Combs moving to the next round. On the window. That's what he ran last round. Griffith with a 639. Red light going to go to O'Rourke. Griffith, O'Rourke is your winner. Next pair, Steve Collier. Stephen Collier, the 647. Another heads-up run for Stephen Collier. Second one in a row. Joe Barney down to 647. And it's going to be Collier, your winner. Next pair up. Lee Newmeyer. Borrowed Phil Case's machine after his. Want Kerput up against Erica Barney. The Nova versus Nova battle this time, 6:12 to a 6:43 for Barney. The red light for Erica. We're going to go to Lee Newmeyer. Now James Sanders and Hoyt Johnson. Your final pair. Johnson a 6:37. James Sanders a 6:47. Used to be a popular dial in this round. Wow. 007. Let's see if he makes it stick. Hoyt Johnson. Stephen Collier, 6:47 Island to Caleb Ellison, 6:22. Having problems getting the car going. Made an adjustment. Let's see if he's got it right. Definitely a problem. Let's see if Collier sees it. Yes, he does. Tough break for Ellison. O'Rourke in and set. Stites ready to go. Top end win going to go to Steven Stites. 11 light, dead on 9. Just another run for the Mississippi native. Phil Combs and Lee Newmeyer. Newmeyer in the Phil Cased owned Nova. Dialed in a 6:13 on the creek side. Combs a 582 dial in his Mustang. Red light loss for Newmeyer. We're going to get a Phil Combs. Your final pair, Hoyt Johnson and Jason Ford. We're going to go to Jason Ford. Hoyt Johnson turns it red. Steven Stites. Stites all the way from Mississippi. He's up against Stephen Collier. There can only be one Steve in the final. It's going to be Collier or Stites. And look, Collier's got to feel lonely. He's the only non-black vehicle left. Nope, blue. Never mind. This will be the non-black vehicle run. Don't know. I thought Stites' car was anything other than what it is in blue. Collier with the advantage. Stephen Collier, your winner. 6:49, 102 miles an hour. Stites breaks out, getting ahead. Had a little room, used a little much. Jason Ford and Phil Combs. Let's see who'll battle Stephen Collier in the final of the legendary 64 shootout. For the 651 dial-in, 583 for Combs. Ford starting to get a pretty good rhythm in that little Vega. Well, the rhythm is going to get you. Top end, Phil Combs gets beat. Can't make it to the finish line in time. Let's Jason Ford go. He's 15 dead 6. Combs 004. 1972 Vega. Little small block rolling in there. That is Jason Ford out of Beaver Creek. Ford, the Ford's transmission, Duncan Oil. Sponsored Vega. Rolling up with a 651 dial-in. He's up against Stephen Collier from Huber Heights. Collier, the Performance Paint and Supply. Medallion Refinish and Jegs, sponsored S10. With a big small block swinging around under there, down a 648. Collier in and set. Here comes Ford. 6,000's the margin at the starting line. Jason Ford and Stephen Collier. It's going to be Jason Ford. You heard the whomp down there. He is dead 5 and the win. 13 dead 5, 19 and 14 over for Stephen Collier. Jason Ford is legendary, winning the legendary 64. How do you like that, folks? Some of the toughest bottom bulb racers in this area of the country, much less the whole country, and it comes down to a couple of guys who race here on a pretty regular basis.